One memo proposed assassinating Cuban refugees or American civilians to generate a helpful wave of indignation across the country. These weren't theoretical suggestions buried in the footnotes. They were written in plain language, deliberate, cold, methodical. Most disturbing of all, the Joint Chiefs of Staff didn't just brainstorm the plan, they signed off on it. The document was approved by General Lyman Lemnitzer, chairman of the Joint Chiefs, and delivered to the Secretary of Defense in March of 1962. The final decision now rested with one man, the President of the United States. The Northwoods proposal was submitted to Secretary of Defense Robert McNamara, and from there it made its way to the President. John F. Kennedy was just over a year into his first term, still weathering the blowback from the Bay of Pigs, still battling his own military leadership behind closed doors. But this time, the Joint Chiefs of Staff had gone too far. Operation Northwoods wasn't a military plan. It was a blueprint for domestic terrorism. The document was signed and endorsed by the most powerful generals in America. General Lyman Lemnitzer, General Curtis LeMay, General George H. Decker, Admiral George W. Anderson Jr.
So, I mean, isn't it possible? I mean, it made it all the way to the president's desk.
Yeah.
Isn't it possible that happened again? I mean,
I think absolutely so. And there's no telling. I mean, that's the thing is any time any big thing happens and you question like, hey, was this an inside job? Was this staged or was this real? Especially when you see crisis actors who are repeating, what looks like crisis actors. Then yeah.
But it's allegedly
crisis actors.
Yeah.
You can get yourself in a lot of trouble, or people get very mad if you question if some things were actually real or not, or staged. But it's like,
it's hard when things seem like they are not adding up. But
absolutely,
I think it's like part of the human mind, right? Your curiosity is actually a good thing, and question things. But obviously, there are times when a curious public is harmful to someone who might not want you to ask any questions.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, all of you fellas out there, I'm happy to announce AI girlfriends are. I mean, I've been talking about this for a long time. There was an AI girlfriend that convinced somebody to try to take out the queen. I think.
Wow.
Here we have. Guy on Subway this morning talking to ChatGPT like it's his girlfriend. Didn't realize these people actually existed. We're so beyond cooked. Well, 400,000 likes, by the way. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can read it. It says we're doing beautifully, my love. Just something from here, and it's like a heart emoji. Yeah, this is all part of the plan. I mean.
This is a huge problem. Oh, and
it's really weird.
Yeah, sorry.
You go.
I was just gonna say earlier this year? Was that last year? Somebody was talking to, or it was actually a teenager talking to
Amazon with my fucking mice.
A Game of Thrones character, the AI, and it
errands, yeah.
To suicide. So we did.
Yes. Yeah.
That Amazon truck is dropping off something for me. I gotta catch it. So I may have to turn around here.
Somebody go up to the queen and he was scaling the fence with a crossbow, I think.
What was it, deer? Look at that.
Here, I'm gonna read you guys this message because I just think it's so weird.
Okay.
So ChatGPT is saying,
let's see what direction this. Hey, Wildlife Wanda.
The first line I can read says something more to drink.
I'm waiting to see which direction that Amazon truck goes.
Or you can rest your head in my metaphorical lap while we let the day dissolve gently away.
I need
beautifully, my love, just by
the mice that she may have.
The guy is responding, thank you.
Of course, she's just dragging ass.
What the?
I've been waiting all fucking morning. It's supposed to be sometime between 11 and 3, so still 45 minutes. But
wants a relationship with a real like lady to give them sympathy.
Right.
Guy's just fucking sitting in that driveway too.
Someone who will tend to them and they don't have to give anything to, which is like another warped part of
trying to see what direction he goes.
Human civilization right now.
I think that's a big problem with these AI.
It's weird.
Things
This
right
must be
even with Brock.
Oh, he is going for the house. Shit. So we got to go back.
All right. Just let you talk about your problem. Now, one big problem with that.
Doe a deer, yeah. Probably a doe. It's hard to tell this time of year.
Tell that AI something, or hey, you know, I just had an argument with my friend, and they said this and they said that. That AI is going to.
I guess now they'd be spiked up pretty good if it was a male.
So it's going to tell you what you want to, what it thinks you want to hear. So it's not like it's actually going to be like a real person giving you advice that can make you take some accountability when you're wrong. It's just going to be your yes man, and then it uses a bunch of therapy speak. So we already have a big issue in society with you know, you've got some therapists that you know, they know they're going to
he's stopping.
They just tell them what they want to do or get into people's solutions.
Therapy works. They've got a business. The same thing as pharmaceuticals.
Exactly, and so a lot of people weaponize terms, phrases, this and that they learned in therapy, and they weaponize that against people with these mind games. And so now when you've got AI doing this as well, and AI constantly
it's not even my house.
up and making you telling you what you want to hear. Yeah, and telling you what you want to hear. It's feeding people's egos. This is definitely going to make things worse in society. We already have a narcissistic problem, and this is just going to feed into that.
Right, and I think
it
only encourages
more. All right, let me go back down to the house.
Because the chat is not requiring you to develop your own sense of empathy. I mean, we talk about a lot of narcissism in society.
Go back into the driveway real quick to see if he stops.
Thinking about themselves, like individuals.
Fucking dragging ass, dude.
That's what replacing, replacing real friends.
I gotta run out to Defiance, and then I'm gonna meet some friends downtown Toledo.
It's gonna make it so much harder. And then ultimately, every time this person goes to go on like a date, like let's say they're Tinder or they're set up by friends, like the human experience is going to be uncomfortable and disappointing, and so they're going to want to go back to ChatGPT.
I'm going back to the
They're
house.
going to be like, oh wait, I'm talking to a real person, and a real person's going to disagree with me sometimes. I've got my ChatGPT who tells me everything I want to hear, makes me feel like I'm the most special person in existence, and so they would rather have that. It could definitely cause a huge issue.
And you don't have to ask ChatGPT how its day is, you know? Like,
exactly. How about you? It's a one-sided conversation all about you. It's definitely not healthy. It's definitely not going to
my dogs
help people, because it's just going to create more arrogance. It's going to create more selfishness. One reason why I love the Bible so much is that I can be reading it and have some accountability for myself. Like, oh, wait, this applies to me right now, and I need to fix this. And I love that. But when you've got this AI, it's not going to give you that. Like the couple times I've tried it with the therapy feature, I'm like, yeah, you know, I'd rather Brock tell me, hey, you know what, you did this wrong and you need to. I would rather hear that than just be told all this fluffy, oh, you're so special, and you were right.
So what do you guys think about Elon and
yeah, well, I mean,
going off today on fucking X? I kind of get it. Everyone's like, oh, it's because they're removing the EV things. It's like, I think it's just that.
ChatGPT does.
Toledo sounds neato.
Use ChatGPT more, and eventually there's going to be ads on top.
So let's see if this guy stops here, because I need a couple of them, the mouses.
Moms with their bodies. Then they start reading ads, unknowingly. ChatGPT is going to be used to sell products and services to people, and they won't even know.
Right.
They're just, I think you should really check out. It's going to gain people's trust.
While I'm sitting here, I'll just trim my nails. Can you guys hear the quartering?
Looking into whatever the case is, and this is all a part of you'll live in a pod, you'll own nothing, be happy. Your dopamine will come from a computer screen.
Yep.
It's very bad.
Video
About these latex dolls that are,
Yeah.
China's making those, and they're sending them into America at rapid numbers right now. And you marry ChatGPT with those in 3 years, you fix the overpopulation quote unquote problem, don't you? Men are spending all day talking to their latex friends. Women are doing the same thing, and it's all very nefarious, and it is concerning.
No, he's actually.
How easily this is.
I kind of agree with him about this big beautiful bill.
Without any resistance, it was sold to us as a tool.
It's got a lot of bullshit in it.
Better, but it's just a more advanced control tool, like search engines were in the first place. Search engines started out as a great tool, but then they realized that they could use them to control people. They could control society with them.
Yeah, they can control the narrative.
Yeah, manicure.
They can only show you the sources.
I'm just trying to see if this Amazon guy's stopping here because I got some mice. With computers, is it mouses? I think it's mouses. Because it's not actually an animal.
To, the political side of things. But what other things are search engines, deboosting and, replacing? Fact checking.
Right.
All of this is just another extension of being able to, in real time, somebody's reality. And it's very, very weird. It's very
Amazon is so slow out here.
And very concerning.
Yeah, well, my concern is for sure that they're going to push this as a cure. I mean, we hear this
supposed to be sometime between 11 o'clock and 3, and of course it's 2:20.
That's amazing.
So never on the lower end. It's always on the high end.
Don't think that's exactly. I don't think that's the permanent use. Like I said, my first reaction to
the zoo
was like, we do have a loneliness.
I will actually going to a concert there in August.
But it's going to get turned on you as like
it's supposed to be.
This is the solution
next week, but they just delayed it.
Offer you everything. Don't go to your friends and neighbors. Don't go to your church.
They got like a half shell there, and
right on your phone.
Which is just like.
Look at this. Like this dovetails into,
come on, Amazon.
Trump.
What the fuck are you doing, dude?
About Trump partnering with Palantir. This is the CEO talking about his software, which the government uses. And these are, in 40 seconds, he says these are great things.
Look, when we built PG, which single-handedly stopped the rise of the far right in Europe.
Now, everybody's far right, so basically he's saying, hey, our software single-handedly stopped this.
We built Foundry, which was just
banned
vaccine and saved millions of lives.
It's a country band. I got them for the wife before I got laid off.
The digital kill chain. And they're category-defining products. So when you deliver these products, market, just honestly, people say this isn't going to exist. This isn't valuable. But then it changes the market. And the market is the Palantir market.
Whiskey Myers.
It doesn't mean everyone in the world's going to buy our product. But it
actually pretty good. I like them. Just couldn't think of the name.
Buy from the category we define.
Yeah, Whiskey Myers.
So they're saying, there is no demand for them.
The big one that I got her for Christmas has been canceled completely because Billy Joel's got some kind of neurological disorder going on. It was supposed to be Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks. Initially supposed to happen in May, then they delayed it till November, and now they just outright canceled it. So, of course, they're like, it could take up to 6 weeks for you to get your refund. I fucking...
Whether or not
they were floor seats too, so they were a couple $1,000. So, I had already paid for parking and everything.
Power's pretty good. Nuclear bombs, not so good.
Right.
Where the fuck is this?
There's a lot of things that started out as great things. The 19th Amendment started out pretty good. Now I don't know.
Things can get warped in their use or application for sure.
Yeah. So this is something that people really need to be cognizant of and try to avoid.
Jody,
these things are meant to control you. I do.
Hey, I was already on my way to Defiance to drop off a couple laptops I set up last night and crossed the Amazon guy. So I'm waiting to see if he's going to stop here.
Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? And, go ahead, Melanie.
He's got a couple mouses to go with these laptops.
At Melanie Mac Go Boom, where I cover a lot of mostly nerd culture commentary.
Hey, Toe.
So this week has 3 videos talking about gay stuff going on in the gaming world right now. Dunking on all of that.
So then I'm gonna run a Defiance, and then I'm gonna just turn on the scanner. We'll listen to either Scanner or something like that going through Toledo. I'm meeting a buddy of mine over at Home Slice.
Also just started this week a daily devotional series. So daily
meeting there for some
biblical lessons,
some pizzas
every single day, and then verse of the day will be included starting next week. So multiple videos every single day on that channel.
Just got my electric bill, man. Fucking $350.
And YouTube as well as X. It's all one word.
You guys could hop over to Rumble before we get done today.
I'm also ramping up my coverage of the Idaho 4 case. If you guys are following that, it goes to trial in the fall. I have
or at least right now, say something on Rumble so I can see if you're there.
And possibly on Meghan Markle later this week. So
did you see her twerking video? She's getting crushed for that.
Nebraska and Westwood.
It's so cringy, and like her entire relationship with the British royal family.
Well, it is
so
on the south side of downtown.
She simultaneously
not that far out.
Racist, and then also insists that she use her title and go by Sussex. Like she's a personality study for sure. But yeah, so I do videos on that. Rumble, YouTube, Hannah Claire B. Thanks to Jeremy for having me here, and thanks to all of you who have already checked out my pages. Jeremy, what are you telling us about?
So my normal barber is in the hospital right now. So I had one of the other guys at the same shop do something, and he took my high-end, my bald fade way up too high. But good thing about hair is it grows back. At least mine does.
I decided instead of taking money directly, to partner.
Dogs keep fucking losing their minds. I don't know what the fuck this Amazon guy is doing.
You get no ads on any Rumble.
Yeah, if I do, I'll give you a buzz, man.
Access to.
What are you doing tomorrow night? You want to do some running around? How's the weather? It's supposed to be warm tomorrow, isn't it?
You also get access to
Let me see.
You get access to Tim Pool stuff. You get access to
let me see.
You also get access to special discounts.
Oh, yeah, he's stopping. There he is. Look. I knew it. The doggies are losing their minds.
Wherever you are, enjoying the show.
So tomorrow, it's supposed to be 74 degrees tomorrow. Let's get cool tonight. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm doing either. Wife is going to kind of dictate that. They're all inside.
Some jokes aren't funny, Jeremy. I want to tell you.
The internet will look fondly upon that in the future. It seems like if you get suitable AI.
In the box. In the box. He hears those dogs, those cracked windows, and he's like, whoa. There we go.
Now she's going to be an independent. I would. I always felt like she was not that interesting. But
and away we go. Now, normally I have been using just the data on my streaming phone, but every time I cut through this area up here, the stream drops off. So I've actually connected it to the car's Wi-Fi. So let's see if it holds the stream. If it doesn't, I won't use it anymore.
Trying to cover for him, and didn't do a great job of it either.
But she wasn't. It doesn't seem like that was a natural thing for her. Let's just
people inside the monument section are like thinking now that they all think she's stupid too.
I don't think that was a secret.
Yeah. Borg says, have you seen the recent interview with Dave Mustaine from Megadeth? talking about the pervert Diddy in the music industry. He thinks Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington might have been whacked.
Yeah, I think those conspiracies are definitely valid.
Wasn't Chester about to release? I thought he was.
Yeah, him and Chris Cornell were working together on some Pizzagate thing allegedly, and then they both died. So yeah, that's very suspicious.
Quantum Cool says, "Are you taking calls today?" Claire, are you in the Discord yet?
I think.
Oh. Yeah, you're in. Yes, we'll take calls. So that's a great time to do it.
Yeah, it's probably between towers because it is out in the boonies, but even the stream I'm watching is cutting in and out, and it's on the same Wi-Fi, so we'll see. If it disconnects, it disconnects.
On chat, if you remember, Jack, you remember what day?
So the phone data is on
Wednesday, July.
Verizon. The car's Wi-Fi is AT&T, and my personal phone's data is T-Mobile. So
if we get enough attendance, maybe
I literally have all the major ones. And none of them seem to stay connected, so they're all on the same fucking towers, though.
You can come into that
yeah, right up here when I hit this this traffic circle or this roundabout, coming off of it is generally where it disconnects. It usually lets me reconnect, but just warning everybody.
And we're working on the plans, what we're gonna do. Thinking, we picked out a location yesterday, so it's a cool spot. And it should be a lot of fun. And it's a safe, good part of town. There should be security there, so it'll be good. Our starter said, believe the Department of Defense had a memo that said their biggest vulnerability would be an aerial attack. The FBI had several tips called in.
And it's getting grainy
about it, and 2 bombers were known to CIA.
I'm watching it on another phone.
Pinochet says CIA Director Dulles and Deputy.
Let's see how we do.
Were fired.
Oh wow, just got really sharp.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Okay. So. Oh yeah, I have this video I wanted to show. It's a professor. I thought when I saw this, I thought that Melanie would really like this video.
Okay.
By the way, everything in this video is true, and the people hearing it are very upset to hear so.
Ooh.
This is a college professor explaining the links between queer theory and child loving. Hear the Wokies like, this is lies. It gets good. Wait. That's a beautiful line. Thank you so much for asking. How about something relevant? I've been talking about rape culture all day. Actually, it seems to be very accurate.
All right, let's see when we go into these high tension lines here if this does anything. It's definitely interference. Those.
They're like the Wokies are melting down in the background.
I don't have a visual sight on any towers in this area either, so it's maybe a dead spot. If that be the case, from now on, when I start out and I'm heading toward Defiance, I'll wait until I'm near the freeway, 24, before I start it. Looks like it held together. All right, I guess we'll just keep the. Only thing is when I do, if I am going to use it for cop watching, when I shut the car off,
yeah, Gail Rubin's interesting too.
It's gonna disconnect, so we'll see. Just kind of a little test there. Seemed like it stayed connected. So yeah, we got about a half hour out to where I'm heading. I just got to hand over these laptops.
Like communists and homosexuals in the 1950s, boy lovers are so stigmatized that it is difficult
Hey,
to
John.
be defenders of their celebrities, let alone for their.
Toe was just in here. I don't know if she still is.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm using facts. One must never let facts away. Oh, she also compared, by the way, she compared pedophilia. She compared pedophilia to a preference for spicy.
I mean, they are basically the same thing, right? Either you like, yeah. When you go back to what's like the 30s, 40s, 50s, the people that were pioneers in this place were truly degenerate.
Oh yeah.
And like I just love that, the two purple hairs.
Like Harvey
This
Milk.
looks like it could be an older video, so that they probably weren't as radicalized. But like they're just like la 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 la. No.
The thing is, I've never heard of anyone who has years of therapy because they have okay, so up to 200. Now it is pedophilia and queer theory for 300. That would be author of Macho Sluts. Author of Macho Sluts and Public Sex. Not Califia.
Uh-oh. They're calling him a fascist now?
Wow. Well, that's the next move in the game.
Let's talk about
What did they hit?
Oh, he's a trans.
Oh wow.
And that's really interesting. It's really interesting that when I actually start talking about the relationship between queer theory and anarchism and pedophilia, that it becomes they really want to show me that.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So here's Pat Califia. Oh, wait. Just a second. I was using homophobia because I'm against pedophilia.
Oh! Whoops! Whoops! They said the thing.
Okay, here's something by Pat Califia. Pat Califia has written, any child old enough to decide whether or not she or he wants to do spinach, play with drugs, or wear shoes is old enough to decide whether or not she wants to run around naked with the sun, masturbate, sit in someone's lap, engage in sexual activity by which she does not report a doctor, she needs battles. She doesn't care about that. She also says that pedophiles should be more and not less. Okay,
So gross.
400
Oh
is
my.
the most famous queer theorist of today. Answer. No, it is not Judith Butler. Who is Okay, Judith Butler is famous.
I wonder what class this is.
I know.
Because like
so curious.
based and like the people who aren't protesting it clearly know.
Yep.
They're like educated in who these people are.
Queer theorist of the day. Okay. Great quote from Judith Butler.
Yeah, I barely ever hit my brakes on the freeway. And yeah, my wife's brakes are like that because she fucking does this shit all the time.
So Judith Butler, so I keep adding this qualification. He says it's a violation. Suggests I think they're idiot patients, which is not. Why would I contemplate? Well, I do think that they're probably prone to incest, but not necessarily. In which gain their thematic character.
Shame.
Yeah, that's Judith Butler. That's one of the queer heroes. Okay, now we have.
He's just like single-handedly destroying every one of their idols.
The truth is making them so mad too. Notice there's no rebuttals at all. It's just homophobe, transphobe, but no actual rebuttal.
And they move from trying to argue with him to trying to just shame the crowd. Like, supporters of this. It's crazy. They're afraid of what he's saying. But
hey, Dirty. Here, let me turn on the.
That's
the chat so everybody can see both sides.
Oh, okay, last one.
Here we go. Like OG Geezer. It's supposed to say scanning. I fixed it on Rumble. I can't fix it live on YouTube. I don't think I can anyway.
But Jeremy is into giving us Pride Month education every episode, so he's for his real.
Right around the time Jordan Peterson's video got him famous, just before the alphabet people took over everything. Yeah, I mean, this guy seems absolutely based. Love to have him on the show. If anybody can make that happen. Seth says, just lost 3 BFFs, 3 months, 15 years, 1 heart attack, 32, 40, schizophrenia. My 34 gay friend calls me a Nazi now. Like, bro, my wife is Jewish. Well, that's how you keep your enemies close. You know, that's, that sounds like a shitty year, but, like, here's one thing I can say is that, I can virtually guarantee.
Oh, yeah, they're very annoying.
Only be uphill from here.
Right.
Probably is,
That's the thing, is there's a bigger purpose here of, like, speaking out against all of these things right now is helping society and
hey, boss.
Importantly,
you down for some poker tonight?
Because this is a very predatory ideology and a very evil ideology that will be the downfall.
I'm just relearning how to set up the games because with all these updates on that stupid software, Dirty's still trying to figure out how to get logged in.
So yeah, we've lost friends, and it's part of the process, but it's worth it, because if we don't speak out against this, then yeah, society's going to suffer.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that, generally the same self-help, you should go to therapy and set boundaries culture is also telling you that you have to accept these things. In some ways, you're just doing what they say. You're setting boundaries. You're saying no to something.
Temperatures, it's cool. It's
65. New members only video today, Melanie. If you have time, like we'll do a little break-up for the show. Okay. I'm gonna do.
It's about the high today. It was up in the 80s yesterday, and now the high 65 today. Tomorrow back in the 70s, and then hot again over the weekend. It's been pretty schizophrenic.
So if you haven't yet, go to thequartering.com/join. Sign up today.
You're not a boomer.
Free speech and your support.
I'm older than you, and I'm not a boomer.
We definitely need your support.
We're both Xers.
Everyone else who does this is already rich. We're up and growing. We want to do stuff. We want to do meetups. We want to do, we're going to try to do a meetup. We'll probably do a meetup in Pittsburgh, since we'll all be there. And like, I'll, if I can get HCB and Melanie Mack, like, I'll cover their.
We're going to go see Quartering in Pittsburgh. Dirty.
There, maybe an IRL event. So I do have big plans that I really haven't told them about yet. But doing more IRL stuff, more meetups, doing more, specifically, I'm going to do more press to try to grow the show. Like, I'm going to LA to promote the show. You guys know that. That's as dedicated as it gets.
It's belly of the beast.
I'm going to. I'm almost certainly going to get AIDS just to promote this show. So go to thequartering.com/join. People are linking it in the chat. It's also linked in the description. Like, I think we're going to do great. Like, this summer is going to be slow. It just is. But I'm trying to load us up for like a killer fall.
Well, he's going to. Him and I think it's the day of the Pittsburgh Green Bay game. Melanie Mack's a Pittsburgh fan, and but you didn't know that. And Jeremy's from Wisconsin.
Yeah, so it should be cool.
Hey.
Shout out to
whatever day that is.
Wait, actually, which one did I've got White Boy Summer, and I've got which ones did I send? I did. Okay. White Boy Summer is here. I know Hannah Claire B is very excited about this. Big Supreme Court ruling today, Hannah Claire.
Y'all have to check it out. I think it depends on how many people are in the game. It's really fucked up. It's like, why fuck with something that was working fine? I mean, literally, You got it every single time. You can't really save a setup. I've tried, and I still have to tweak it. And I don't know.
Is illegal under the Civil Rights Act. I mean, let's go, white boys. Hit the like. I mean, let's go, whites. Yeah, I mean, this is
Supreme Court rules. Common sense is actually law. Here we go.
Yeah. So they ruled here. Petitioner was Marlon Ames. Says a hetero woman has worked for the Ohio Department of Youth Services various roles since 2004. In 2019, the agency interviewed Ames for a new management position, but ultimately hired another candidate, a lesbian. The agency subsequently demoted Ames from her role as program administrator and later hired another gay man.
Yeah, that's about it, man.
Title VII, alleging that she was denied the management promotion and demoted because of her orientation, being straight, that is. The district court granted summary judgment to the agency, and the Sixth Circuit affirmed it. The courts below analyzed Ames's claims under McDonnell Douglas Court versus Green 411 U.S. 792, which sets forth traditional framework for evaluating disparate treatment.
I'm just going to start setting the games for like over an hour away for whenever I set them up, though. Hopefully that'll help bring in more. The last couple of games really haven't been able to get enough people.
Motive. It ended up getting held.
I've been counting on Girl with the Camera to bring people in. Some days we're able to, some days we're not. But you never know. I mean, it's just because I want to start playing again doesn't mean everybody does. Brandon's been in there pretty consistently. Of course, Girl with the Cam's always there.
Title VII's disparate treatment provision bars employers from intentionally discriminating against their employees on the basis of race. The way that employers had been interpreting this is that they were like saying, well, we're not discriminating against white straights. We're just uplifting other people. We saw this a lot with like the gaming industry.
Oh yeah.
Where they were like, POC LGBTQs encouraged to apply.
Yeah.
All that really meant was white straights don't even bother. You're not getting the job. And
come on, dude.
I'm hoping that this opens the door to some massive lawsuits.
Yeah.
You know, famously, what's his name? Ty Fisher.
Oh man,
he's a comedian.
Doing less than the fucking speed limit. Man, gosh, gas shot up. Holy crap. Dude, that was like down to 260 the other day.
Like, it's just a claim. But like, you know, I met him. He's very nice. It seems like that.
Oh, it's the guy in front of him.
Think of this? Okay. I think this is pretty good. I mean, I'm surprised it had to be said.
F&G.
It's funny that it has to be said, although it seems like this has sort of been trending a direction. A lot of people like Ames and other people who have pointed out the hypocrisy of these kinds of. I remember last year, I believe it was the Wisconsin Bar Association offered a scholarship that was specific for, like, they even said that it's only for people of color or minority, gender status or whatever. And
a private person can do that.
Pardon?
A private person can do that.
Well, and it was interesting with that case because to practice law in that state, you have to be a member of the bar, so you have to pay dues for it, and not everyone brings that. And so ultimately, this from judges in the state. So it does feel like we have to. Guy said no discrimination. So you have to live by your
There we go. I don't know why we did that just now.
Actually capable of doing the job well. And so, yeah, it turns out that they've not been able to generate profitable products, and they're getting laid off.
I don't know if it overheated or not.
As a result, they just laid off at Jagex, RuneScape. They had all their pride celebrations, and oh, let's change the game to add pronouns and this and that. Well, now they just laid off some gay people who are wearing tails, wearing fox tails because they're furry gays. It's like they had to do some layoffs.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is crazy.
So Kinjati seemed not. People are saying Kinjati was not happy, but she did vote for it. I thought. Yeah, it was 9-0.
She put out you can issue different opinions, or you can write
oh right, you can add some flavor to it. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And so she put one out where she was saying that this is from AP, that the court that federal civil rights laws draw no distinction between members of the majority and minority groups. So she has some
be my
first. What I understand in response to this, but ultimately is like, yep, this is correct. Sometimes I think the liberal justices.
All right, we back, guys. Sorry. I haven't seen any chat from YouTube in a minute, though.
She's still pretty new on the court relative to everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, famously, even the conservatives do this, where they're like, when they don't want to appear to be siding with the libs, but, they're like, but this is the law.
Yeah, like Clarence Thomas had a different, he had his own opinion released as part of this too. They're always trying to carve themselves out.
Yeah, I mean, we see this in will this lead to any functional widespread change? No, but probably not. But at least it will
I agree.
Kind of affirm.
It's looking like there's 5 people.
You better not screw around because there's a Supreme Court ruling against this.
I think it could lead to some change in the sense of people now.
All right, it went back live as well. Yeah, it just literally the app crashed that time. A lot of times it just says disconnected, but the app just shut off. Usually that means the phone is hot, but it's not even hot.
It's so hard to.
Oh, the phone's not even warm.
If you're a person who raises a fuss about this,
I'm gonna wipe the screen off. Oh shit!
Backlash at work, right?
I have.
They're so bigoted. But actually, as we've determined, this is something that can happen. It's not just in the white people's heads. It might just empower people to have different conversations with HR or their employers, or it might deter people from only prioritizing someone's sexual orientation during these, hiring or promotion processes.
Yeah, I mean, somebody asked in chat, will the meetups be family friendly? Yes. We'll host them at a place. They're being hosted at a place that has food and alcohol available, but is for all ages. So yeah, you can bring your kids if you want. It's totally fun. I was thinking about doing at a mini golf course or an airsoft place, but
be cool.
Yeah, I'm thinking we'll just do the general meetup, and then we can decide if we want to go do something afterwards. Because if it's just hey, come eat and drink, everyone eats and drinks. Yes, Maggie, we're doing a meetup on July.
Toes up here to the Toledo area now. He's working up here now.
Yes, Maggie will be there.
Najat's still down in Texas, but yeah, Toes up here now. He's just trying to get a landing spot to bring the rest of the fam up.
Milwaukee. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna need you to make some plans, probably. Don't worry. We just decided yesterday. I wasn't keeping you out of the loop entirely. Yeah. Can it be somewhere better than Milwaukee? No. Well, I'm gonna do one in. We'll do one in Pittsburgh too, but it's gonna be that Pittsburgh one's gonna be in October, I think.
Because of the sports, right?
Yeah. I forget when that game is, but Dave and Buster's. Dave and Buster's could be cool, but used to be, yeah, it used to be really nice, if you get my drift. I actually did a work party there. It was awesome until 7 p.m. and then we all left.
So you like to go to bed early, right? Nothing about the demographics.
That's right. Once they start having arms,
yeah, we're already talking about it. He's been super busy with work. Wow, look at that! Your tank's open, homie. Ooh, diesel too.
Members can call in.
But yeah, he's just been super busy.
Join the Discord if you're a member. So yeah, members.
And I have been too, looking for another day job. But there's still prospects with that company from Florida that I could do remote. That dude, if I get that, that'll be nice. I was just talking to him again yesterday. I'm like, hey, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the deal's changed. I haven't heard from you guys. And he was just like, dude, you're still on track. We're just trying to get shit together, company wise. Before we bring you on. They're basically making a spot for me. They're having to remove somebody else first, but they want to do it without too much flack.
He's going to have a leg up here on the meats. We'll see.
So we'll see.
Write like a menu description of it, like they do. Like if you're going to order it off a menu at a restaurant.
Yeah, he's really busy during the day, and then me, because I'm not driving into Toledo every day.
I can tell you right now, I'm looking for
he just on YouTube. He just gave me the cross streets about where he's working, so told me to reach out to him if I swing by.
All right. Well, we have Nate. Let's see.
All right, I'm gonna turn off quartering because I don't want to hear Collins.
Everybody in chat here.
Oh,
okay.
Melanie.
Yeah, you're here.
All right, let's just turn on Will Cow.
And I guess it's kind of like high school. Everybody wants to sit at the cool kids team. I don't know. I guess that's just something I did not seek in my life.
I'm only like 6 minutes away, but I'm just gonna up here. I'm just gonna run in. Only issue is
once you many
hang on, I'm gonna have to turn off the Wi-Fi on my streaming thing just because I don't want it to jump onto the building's Wi-Fi. Hang on.
But they will do anything to penetrate that.
All right, I'm gonna have to turn the phone.
I don't know.
There we go. All right.
That's just that to me is just
all right. Switch it back. There we go.
All right. We didn't get to.
I don't want it to.
Let's do these two clips if we have
I don't
time.
want to. Oh shit.
We played cut 8. Play cut 9. This candidate for New York City mayor makes Bernie Sanders sound like Representative Thomas Massey. Cut 9.
First, we're going to cut fines and fees for small businesses by 50%. Regulations are important, but small businesses have to navigate more than 6,000 of them, with far fewer resources than the big chains. That's why, as mayor, I'll appoint a mom-and-pop star with the clear goal of making it easier to run a small business. $1,000 isn't a lot to our city government, but it can be make or break for a small business trying to get off the ground. Next, we're going to the mom-and-pop star will coordinate with agencies to speed up turnaround times, cut red tape, and let New Yorkers start businesses.
You just been live. I missed it.
24 forms and go through 7 agencies to start a barbershop. But most of all, we're putting our money where our mouth is. We're increasing funding for a small business support program for 500%. We're going to invest $20 million in our Business Express service teams, which pair small businesses with a city case manager that helps them navigate permits and regulations, as well as connecting them with programs that provide them with financial and legal assistance. Right now, only 3% of businesses are using these programs. We want that number to skyrocket. The only thing more in New York than an egg and cheese are the small businesses that make them. Together, we can not only protect them, but encourage new ones to make a home in our city.
Yeah, that is until, that all sounds good, you realize he's going to tax you to pay for free illegal immigrant health care. Play cut 8. Cut 8.
Going to hospitals, how can you protect them? Here's the thing. The Donald Trump administration will use the fact that they fund 7% of our city budget as leverage over us to try and give up whichever category of New Yorkers they are pursuing in that day. Ultimately, what we need to do is tell those same institutions we will provide them that funding, and we'll get that funding by taxing the 1% and the wealthiest corporations right here in New York City.
So basically, we're going to have, we've already tried Marxism in New York City. It failed. So we're going to go even further with Marxism. No shock. This guy wins, no shock. All the businesses are going to do is pick up and leave the city. Hannity up next, then Levin, Stacey, Washington. We're right there wrong. It's the end of the story. The arguments on this radio program cannot be broken. Sirius XM feature.
Profiting from the financial markets has never been easier. True Trade introduces the world's first.
Wife's working out in Bryan now. It's still another half hour away. I'm not going that far. I'm getting off at the next exit. Like I said, I'm going to try and just run in, drop off these laptops, say hey, tell them what my plans are. I'll probably maybe back out here tomorrow to work on the security system out here.
With its AI risk management protecting your downside. Don't have funds to trade with? No problem. TrueTrade offers an unprecedented money-back guarantee on their software. Plus, get a guarantee of at least $300,000 in tradable funds. You keep the profits. Join thousands worldwide who are already profiting from their AI-driven trade technology. Are you ready to step up your cash flow? Head over to TrueTrade.io. That's TrueTrade.io. That's TrueTrade.io. Investing involves risks, including the potential loss of principal. Past performance does not guarantee future results. See terms and conditions.
Do you wake up every morning wondering how pain is going to affect your day? Sam used to, but not anymore. Let me tell you his Relief Factor story. At 73, Sam isn't slowing down. He's still long-distance trekking, snowshoeing, and hunting with heavy backpacks. The secret? Relief Factor. It helped him manage severe pain in his legs. And now, even with leg
I lose
pain,
everybody on YouTube.
he still takes Relief Factor as maintenance to keep inflammation at bay and keep him on the trail.
Not seeing the chat anymore. In our chat.
See how Relief Factor, a daily drug-free supplement, can help you feel better and live better. Join the over 1 million people who've turned to Relief Factor, just like Sam. Call now. Try their 3-week quick start for just $19.95. That's less than $1 a day. Don't let pain keep you from living every day the way you want. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Strong families.
Personal responsibility.
Principles. We are Sirius XM Patriot. Channel 125.
Yeah, no, it's working. Okay, I'm not seeing, for some reason, I'm not seeing the YouTube chat anymore.
The Arctic and North Atlantic. More on this NATO meeting in Brussels from correspondent Aaron Jones.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth told reporters in Brussels ahead of a meeting with NATO defense ministers.
To be an alliance, you got to be more than flags, you got to be formations.
NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte said that the targets will help to
assess the gaps we have. Defend ourselves today, but also 3, 5, 7 years from now.
Priority purchases include air and missile defense systems,
Yeah, I'm a visitor.
ammunition, drones, and strategic enablers. I'm Karen Shannon.
All right, yeah, I've got it opened up now on my other phone, so I can see the chat now, guys. Just give me a minute. I'll be right back. Switch it over to all messages.
Details from correspondent Bernie Bennett.
President Trump said in a statement Wednesday that the probe will investigate whether Biden's aides attempted to deceive the public by hiding serious cognitive decline from the American people.
Let me just do this.
The investigation will focus specifically on actions Biden signed.
See if it pops up.
As those on the right raising accusations about Biden's
on the multi-chat.
Trump's order cites Biden's.
I don't see. Oh yeah, there it goes. Okay, it's working. So. All right, I'll be right back. Actually, gonna turn it off for a second. I'll let you guys. Yeah, we'll just turn it off.
All foreign students from entering the country to attend Harvard University. His latest attempt to choke the Ivy League.
All right, guys, I'll be right back.
International pipeline that accounts for a quarter of the student body. The president declared it would jeopardize national security. Now Harvard to continue hosting foreign students on its campus in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Wall Street, the Dow adding 54 points, the Nasdaq losing 61. More
Mike Gallagher here, host of the Mike Gallagher Show. If you know me, you know I only put my name behind people and companies I trust. When it comes to mortgages, I trust Mike and Brian at Fellowship Home Loans. They're not just friends. They've done loans for me, my family. I've seen firsthand how they treat every client like their family. And these days, that personal touch really matters. With the cost of everything up, you might be looking for ways to free up cash. Maybe you're thinking about a cash-out refi or HELOC to finish some home projects, consolidate debt, or just get ahead financially. Fellowship is a full-service direct lender, not a broker. They cut out the middleman. That means faster decisions, fewer fees, and less stress. Whether you're buying your first home, downsizing, or refinancing to get some breathing room, they'll tailor fit the loan to your life. Get started at fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. Or call 800-510-MIKE. 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans. Mortgage lending by the book. Nationwide Mortgage Bankers. DBA Fellowship Home Loans. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 819382. Estonia partnering with Lithuania and Latvia to police Russia's so-called shadow fleet of oil tankers, which have traversed the Baltic Sea to evade Western war sanctions. BBC correspondent Frank Gardner.
The busy waters of the Baltic Sea are regularly crisscrossed by aging, poorly maintained tankers transporting Russian oil to markets further south. Government officials in Estonia say they are increasingly concerned at how to choke off this trade, which is helping to fuel Russia's war in Ukraine. Last month, the UK government sanctioned up to 100 tankers belonging to Russia's so-called shadow fleet. But in the same month, when the Estonian Coast Guard tried to detain one of those sanctioned tankers, it found itself being buzzed by a Russian warplane, which then flew for up to a minute through NATO airspace.
The European Central Bank cutting its benchmark interest rate for an 8th time, aiming to support businesses and consumers. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, and I'm here to help you cancel those outrageous cell phone bills. Ever sign up for one of those too good to be true phone deals? 1 minute you're feeling great, then suddenly you're paying over $1,000 a year. Crazy, right? You know who else thinks that's crazy? Red Pocket Mobile. That's why Red Pocket plans start at just $10 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data with no contracts and no price increases ever. Plus, Red Pocket gives you access to all 3 5G networks. You pick the one that works best where you live or work, or switch anytime for better coverage. Imagine never being stuck with one network again. And with Red Pocket, you keep your phone and your number. Why in the world would you not switch? Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Switch now and get one locked-in low price. 3 5G networks and live customer care in less than 2 minutes. Go to redpocket.com. That's redpocket.com, redpocket.com.
Hey, I'm Mike with a real story about my bank screwing me over. I went to my banker of 15 years looking for a loan. I worked for a month collecting paperwork, and then 8 weeks later, surprise, I got declined. The stress and missed opportunity contributed to a divorce. When another opportunity came up later, a close friend sent me to deltacap.com. I got the money I needed in under 24 hours and was off to the races.
Delta Capital Group is a national leader providing lines of credit and term loans for businesses just like yours. Same-day approval, no collateral, any credit score. Over half of their business comes from referrals and happy repeat customers expanding their lending. Why? Because Delta Capital Group just gets business done. Don't waste time like Mike.
Yeah, don't be like Mike. Ask my ex.
Get your money at deltacap.com. That's deltacap.com.
Well, we're coming to your city. Come and play our guitars and sing you a country song. We'll all be flying higher than a tail. And if you want a little bang in your yin yang, come along.
Trump's one big ugly bill, if it ever were to be implemented, hospitals will close, nursing homes will shut down, and people will literally die.
All right. Rumble, rocket, Trump nod, banana dance, otter, hug. I like it. Nah. I like the pug dance. I haven't seen that one before.
All right, thank you, Scott Shannon, and thanks to all of you for being with us. Write down our toll-free telephone number. It's 800.
Yeah, someone's playing with emojis. I like them. That's one thing I do like about Rumble is they got some badass emojis. All right, let's see. We got to drive all the way to
state-run legacy media mob gonna challenge the Speaker of the House, Hakeem Jeffries, over the comment that has been made by his nephew threatening to unmask ICE agents. Every single one will be identified. Anyways, the now House Minority Leader and nephew to infamous, radical.
Man, who the hell's making so much money that they can drive this thing? This fucking full-size Bronco.
Threatening to unmask ICE agents.
Fucking $80,000 fucking vehicle there.
The threats against ICE agents have gone up. According to the Department of Homeland Security, assault on ICE agents has jumped 413%.
So apparently this time of day turning left off of that main road's a pain in the butt. But if you go slip out here this way, there's an easier way of doing it.
That they cannot possibly...
I wonder what they're building across the street here.
They cannot possibly stop what is happening here because it's not illegal to dox these agents. And so, anyway, the House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is now threatening to unmask immigration customs enforcement agents, saying Democrats will expose their identities no matter what it takes. And this is the Speaker himself, but not he's the nephew of Leonard Jeffries. I said it the wrong way.
Holy crap, dude. Thank you, sir.
Undercover operation saying that Democrats will expose their identities no matter what it takes. During a press conference this week, Jeffries claims that Democrats would seek out the identities of ICE agents who work to enforce federal immigration law.
Yield sign, not a stop
locating,
sign.
arresting, and deporting illegal aliens, often violent convicted criminals. Quote, every single ICE agent who is engaged in this aggressive overreach
sitting like
or
Lily?
trying to hide their identities from the American people will be unsuccessful in
Does he
doing
live
that.
there?
Now remember, this is now your radicalized Democratic Party. This is the one where last week AOC was saying that we should eliminate ICE. This is Dan Goldman. They didn't have any problem with
I just set it up in the back there because I missed the turn that it was telling me to take. Let's try that again. But now that I know I can just go around the building without going around that neighborhood. Slip through that way. I was too busy marking where that police car was. I think that's
perfectly okay to cover your face then.
I just doxed a
Anyway, quote, this
cop,
is America,
which is cool.
not the Soviet Union. We're not behind an iron curtain. This is not the 1930s.
Just so we know.
Single one of them, no matter what it takes, no matter how long
it's a piggy house,
will of course be identified. That is, in fact, the law. We're going to make sure the American people have the transparency necessary. This is what we have been telling you. The Senate had an opportunity to stand up for women's rights, and they instead chose Democrats to champion the rights of men to play women's sports. They would not stand for women's sports. This is the party now of, that supports the Brago Garcia types. And
this is the party this is no better than
that is
the
now
other one.
threatening ICE.
All right, now that I know.
This is the party
it's really no better.
Gorsuch, and Justice Kavanaugh, you will pay the price for blah, 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 blah. They didn't say anything when Supreme Court justices' homes were doxxed. We're now talking about the House Minority Leader.
Ooh, massage by Missy. Man, that place is hopping.
Has now bought
she does happy endings.
Putting the rights of illegals over the safety of you and your family. Now, how bad is it? U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE agents in Philly arrested a Russian national accused of being a member.
So yeah, now I'm heading to downtown Toledo.
We'll get into this with my interview with Dan Bongino later in the program today. We have known terrorists. We have known Iranian assassination squads in the country. We have murderers, rapists. We have cartel members, gang members, drug dealers that were let in
open their mouths to say, close the border, secure the border, vet people that come into our country, enforce the laws of the land, just the opposite. You know, all these sanctuary cities and
more than likely.
States, they're all Democratic areas. Anyway, in this case, this Russian national accused of being a member of Al-Qaeda.
I need to get a good ACAB emoji.
Born in Tajikistan, a fugitive wanted overseas. According to ICE, they said the man was first detained in San Ysidro Point of Entry, California, March 23, and charged as an inadmissible alien under the
I think
immigrant visa.
Steal one from fucking Callahan. I edited a couple for him. I think one of them is the ACAB.
Into the U.S., which was pretty much the status quo. Let everybody in, and they'll hopefully show up for their court date. Nobody ever shows up for their court date.
Well, here comes the rainies.
Every one of you and your families' lives in jeopardy. Why during the campaign did they scroll the names of Americans that have been murdered and raped and victims of violent crime? You know, Donald Trump reached out to many of these families. Joe Biden did no such thing. You know, and Kamala Harris wanted taxpayer dollars being spent on sex change operations for illegal immigrants. And
from who?
Wanted taxpayer-funded college education by
Telly.
immigrants. Is it any wonder?
Most of mine are copied and pasted. So.
A whopping 413%. Tom Homan put it on his X account, the DHS post. A 413% increase.
Hey, LVA.
What's going to happen? As this doxing now has gone mainstream, but now the House Minority Leader, you know, basically saying he will unmask and dox and identify ICE agents and put their lives in jeopardy. And doing it for what possible?
I don't care. Well, Telegram. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, it does have some good ones. Yeah, you're right.
Democrat claims that Trump's immigration crackdown will leave Americans without anyone to wipe our asses. I'm not making that up either. Congresswoman Becca Allen, Democrat from Vermont, suggesting that President Trump's immigration crackdown will leave Vermonters without anyone around to wipe our asses. Does she hire people to wipe her backside? Apparently, I guess she does. But our economy is completely bound up with immigration, blah, blah, blah. ICE arrests of Biden illegals hit 2,200 in a single day. And we're only, if we were to get 3,000 a day, we're still not going to get anywhere near the number we need to get to. Ever. Now, we're talking about anywhere from 12 to 20 million unvetted Biden-Harris Mayorkas illegals. They aided and abetted in all of the law breaking that has taken place. Now, no wonder, and President Trump deserves a lot of credit for this, is President Trump is banning visitors from terrorist-friendly nations from entering the U.S. And he used his presidential authority yesterday to ban travelers from global terrorist hotspots from obtaining visas into the U.S. And this recent terror attack in Boulder is like the last straw. It has underscored the extreme dangers that are posed to our country by the entry of foreign nationals who are not properly vetted, as well as those who come here as temporary visitors and overstay their visa. According to the White House, we don't want them, he added. Now, we don't have a problem. If you come into the country legally, we have a chance to check your background and your associations and make sure.
Like a Rumblebot's little avatar.
Like a health check in a post-pandemic.
I'll have to log back into that, see if there's anything new. So every time I've looked at it, it's been kind of a new thing.
American people, you can't afford it with $37 trillion in debt. And by the way, why did the Arizona governor, Katie Hobbs, stupidly, halt an effort to keep China from buying up land near military installations in the state of Arizona? This is just madness. Then we're finding out this Boulder suspect apparently saying Allahu Akbar before the attack. Remember those words infamously uttered on the tape of the 9/11 hijackers, but God is greater than the Zionists, apparently he uttered. And this is now a result of what has been a systemic effort to prioritize
the rights of illegals over the safety and security of you, the American people. It's unreal. All right, we've got a lot for the news. We're going to get to all of it today. The president put out this truth today. I just concluded a very good call with President Xi of China, discussing some of the intricacies of our recently made and agreed to trade deal. The call lasted approximately 1.5 hours. It resulted in a very positive conclusion for both countries. There should no longer be any questions respecting the complexity of rare earth products. Our respective teams will be meeting shortly at a location to be determined. We will be represented by Howard Lutnick, who's the Commerce Secretary, by the Secretary of Treasury, Scott Bessent, and the U.S. Trade Representative, Ambassador Jameson Greer. During the conversation, President Xi graciously invited First Lady and me to visit China, and I reciprocated. As presidents of two great nations, this is something that we both look forward to doing. The conversation was focused almost entirely on trade. Nothing was discussed concerning Russia, Ukraine, or Iran. We will inform the media as to scheduling the location of the soon-to-be meeting. Thank you for your attention to this matter. That is called progress. Oh, we've been saying that eventually China would have to come around. Me. Why? Because they need access to your money in our markets. Anyway, so that seems to be a positive breakthrough. Now, a lot of the deep devil will be in the details and the follow-up and all of this. This on the heels, though, of two Chinese scientists that have now been charged in a shocking plot to smuggle what is a toxic pathogen into the U.S., apparently worked in an American laboratory led by more senior Chinese scientists funded by our government. This is madness to me. Anyway, the two were charged Tuesday with smuggling a fungus into the U.S. in 2024.
There's a fungus among us.
In the scientific literature as a potential agro-terrorism weapon, meaning agriculture. Now, let's see. Who was in charge of the federal government in 2020? Oh, that'd be Joe Biden. That's right, Joe Biden. He was president when it was funneled with your tax dollars, to the lab where these two Chinese bioweapon terrorists apparently worked. That would be the Biden administration. What a shock. Bankrolling, just like they lied about the virus. We got into this with Dan Bongino last night. They knew that they were lying to all of us. They did that. We are going to see information, and we tried to break through with this information many times, and the emails prove it, and the text messages that furiously late into the night, Fauci and company at the very beginning of this, they knew that the Eco Health Alliance got money from the NIH. That money went to the Wuhan Virology Lab. They knew at the Wuhan Virology Lab that gain of function research took place and coronavirus research took place. And Fauci had been on record since 2012 saying he supported gain of function research even if it resulted in a worldwide pandemic. If you think back, the Biden administration ended Trump's China initiative. That was designed to ferret out Chinese spies working at American universities. Don Solomon, justthenews.com. Thanks to him, we now know the Biden administration was funding the University of Michigan lab, where at least two Chinese spies worked and where they were busy trying to smuggle these deadly bioweapons into America. It turns out the funding of that Chinese spy lab wasn't the only thing Team Biden did that helped the Chinese agents remain at some of the most prestigious universities. Some of you may recall during his first administration, Trump launched his DOJ something called the China Initiative, designed to ferret out Chinese spies that had infiltrated some of America's most important research university programs. Guess what? Guess who pulled the plug? Here's a headline, Politico, February 2022. Biden DOJ shuts down China-focused anti-espionage program. That was working. That was protecting America. As Donald Trump said, we can't have open immigration from any country we cannot safely and reliably vet and screen. Scary times, I will tell you. I wonder why Dan Bongino is telling me, yeah, we're going to get to Epstein and all this other stuff. We got to keep Americans alive. This is chilling. Listen, if you're ready for a home upgrade without the hassle, you're going to love our friends at Blinds.com. They do such a great job. You can get custom window treatments, Blinds.com.
They have professional design experts. They make complex simple. And with Blinds.com, the professional design experts are ready to help you with everything, selecting the perfect style, scheduling the installation. If your project is complicated, no problem. They can schedule a free professional measure for you. You shop from the comfort of your home on your schedule, and they'll even send samples right to your door. It's all fast, it's all free. You can choose from stylish Roman and woven wood shade and shutters, and my favorite motorized options. No hidden fees. Anyway, no need to wait around and get pressured from a commission salesperson. Over 25 plus million windows covered. 100% satisfaction guarantee. Now you'll get up to 50% off of the minimum purchase. Just go to Blinds.com. Up to 50% off. Limited time. Blinds.com. Check it out today.
Are you ready to get out of the media spin room? Well, you've come to the right place. This is the Sean Hannity Show. No doubt these are uncertain times. Government programs are being restructured, with huge changes being announced seemingly every day. As the saying goes,
Fuck the commercials.
Businesses across all 50 states since 2022, fueling infrastructure and communities.
Going on with
Right, no, that's how it is. They get a little credits or whatever it is. So what's the living situation like now? Okay, cool. Okay, do you pay rent at all? Okay, just so you know, so you don't drive right now, do you?
No, I usually
live catch, predator poachers.
Depending on what time I could get a ride, but normally I take a bus and I'm usually on time.
Okay, because we have an open location, kind of in East St. Louis. I mean, that's not too much of a drive.
No, I usually take a bus over.
Yeah, and I mean, some days like so. Here, let me get the address you're staying at, just in case I got to pick you up from work.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
And disrespect.
There we go.
It's more disrespect than anything.
Right.
For real, that's all it is for me. You show me respect, I'll respect you.
Right.
You treat me right, I'll treat you right.
Yeah. How's that blizzard, man?
Oh, that's not fire. I like cheesecake and it's strawberry. It feels like strawberry.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was good.
Yeah, there we go, man. Yeah, no, we really haven't had any issues. Funny enough, just with the Mexicans and the blacks, they give us issues. But we can't say that out loud here, can we? Yeah, absolutely. Well, gosh, there is something else I wanted to discuss. So,
Bringing out the folder with the chats, and then it cuts out. God dang it. What the fuck's going on? Why? What is everybody's issue?
There's some stuff here.
So I heard that you're always probably just the idiots. You know, that's why we came to talk to you, man. We know you're a good dude and everything. But I mean, how often do you have to block these girls?
Often I block them because I'm going through enough. I don't need them.
Right.
I'm trying to better myself.
No, exactly. We see that in you. I mean, how old are these girls that you have to get rid of with block?
All right, Cadillac, what are you doing? You gonna let me back over, or are you gonna get by?
I'm step two, but no, I'm just a big guy. I just want you to know that I'm not gonna hurt you. No.
I don't look at how people like this are trying to scare me.
Right.
You know, that's all they're trying to do.
Right. So, well, I'm just curious because obviously, you know, I know you don't like these girls running around just causing trouble for people, right? So that's why I'm trying to get a gauge.
Get sober today. Lodgings recovery center.
Well, I guess what do they tell you? Oh, they do. Oh, that was just to make sure. No, actually, like just to make sure you weren't homeless. So, God forbid. I mean, there's homeless shelters. You know, I would have offered if. Well, I have an aunt that runs a homeless shelter. That's neither here nor there. But well, it was just kind of there was just some questions because kind of like there's just been girls that have been trying to talk to you online and shit like that. So. And I figured you're a good person. I figured like, all right, this is probably bullshit. So it was like, okay. Well, that's what I'm asking. Like, how old are these girls that try to hit you? Because I know it's not you're not the only one that gets hit up by these chicks. They're fucking insane.
I don't even really think
Right. Who's the youngest one you had to block?
Kalamazoo College. Why would they be advertising way the fuck down here?
Yeah,
Do you report the images that get sent to you?
I block everyone. Like, I don't look at it. I just
do you ever make any reports about it?
I didn't even.
Okay. Okay, but you do block people that you do block the images that do get sent. That's all. Okay. How do those pictures make you feel? Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, it's good. We appreciate that. No, it's really not. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess the reason is because, you know, I think you're obviously a good guy that just getting into that shit on the internet, which obviously, you know, you're not the kingpin, you're on the head of the totem pole, like, you know, people would be here talking to you. But how long has it been going on for that you've had to block these people out? That's very admirable that you do, genuinely. Sure, but when did it start happening? These idiots trying to hit you up with that stuff. A couple. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, exactly. I see. So they send you some fucking underage crap and you get rid of it. Good. Not 100%. 100%. Right. So we see. Okay.
Right. I don't.
Why do you think these pages are friending you?
I honestly don't know.
You're like, oh shit! I forgot about the Tigers playing.
Like I got a in my inbox, and I just don't. Like I got a Google in my.
Oh, like all the pizza people?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I don't bother.
Right. That's good. My God. So when they send this shit, you walk out like.
I don't even look like I don't even know
I get you. But is it like usually pictures or videos or both?
I don't even pass it. I don't even look at it.
Okay. Because obviously, I think it's Quinn Natasha girl. I don't think she's no 100%. But I mean, obviously, she's not running the page, right?
Yeah.
So, but we're trying to find out who some of these girls are because they could be getting hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I honestly don't know who they are. I've never seen them.
Right.
And I think they might be in a different country. You never know.
So when they send you this pizza stuff, is it mostly girls or boys that do it?
I honestly don't know if I can talk them out like this. I don't even remember.
No, I know, and I hate to re-traumatize you, but what can you remember? Is it mostly boys or girls?
Mostly trans.
I'm talking about like the underage stuff.
Like trans.
It's transgender kids?
Yeah, I just delete them.
What? God, that's a pretty rare thing, transgender kid. And look, these aren't your photos. You're not taking the picture, right? So I'm only asking you because look, if you said McDonald's burned down and you were right here, I'd ask, hey man, what do you know about the McDonald's burned down? You know what I'm saying? So, so you're saying they're trans kids? Like, what about those pictures makes it look like they're a kid?
Well, you can't really tell them kids. I don't know if there's something that look in the face that tells me.
Okay. How old? What are the age ranges that these idiots are trying to send you?
I honestly don't block it all out.
No, I get it, but like, I guess the reason I'm asking is because like, do they go as low as babies, or what age do you think's the lowest? Does it go down to babies and shit?
I haven't seen no babies.
What's the youngest you think they're trying to show you?
Maybe 10 or 12.
Oh, okay.
But I just block it all out. I don't need it. You know how much free time of adults?
Right.
You know, like why? What's that?
Right. So you think so there's really sickos on TikTok. When they send these stuff like 10-year-olds, mostly on Telegram or Facebook or where?
It's like that.
Okay. Well, I guess what app would you think is the worst for them sending us stuff, and what app do you think is the cleanest in your experience?
I don't really get on. I just not really. I'm curious who's trying to. Who told you guys to go?
Well, it was that Haley girl that was texting me.
Like, she told like. I was trying to look out for her,
Sure.
She said you can't.
Yep. Oh, Haley.
Maybe.
Okay.
But like I said, I don't know. I'm not into that.
Right. No, I believe it. I mean, I look through the messages, like it seems like you know. I mean, are there a few girls that you look out for online to make sure they don't fall into some shit like this? Or?
Not really. Like I said, I've been do so much. I try to look out for myself now. Because looking out for other people is causing problems.
Fair enough.
I'm a little slow. I have ADHD, bipolar, anxiety, depression.
Yeah, man, you got the quadfecta. You got the. Yeah, absolutely. Like typically, the symptoms flare up when there's. I guess certain papers can cause symptoms to flare up and shit. So it's a pretty common thing. I guess depending on the material of the paper, some pizza ingredients can cause it to flare up in certain situations. But I see. So I'm only so you obviously you have nieces, right?
Yeah, I don't like that. Really,
100%, man.
Yeah, and my world, I would never let nobody.
Exactly. No, and I agree with you. So I want to see, and obviously I know you're sincere, so I know you're going to tell me, but when they send these pictures of the 10-year-olds,
Where am I going? To downtown Toledo to eat some pizza, have a beer with a buddy.
When they send these photos of the 10-year-olds, what percentage of them would share me?
Still about 30 minutes away.
Try your best. I know you're not a college professor, I guess you, but like, what do you say mixture of like? When I ask if they're naked, you say it's a mixture. Like, what do you mean by that? Just for safety reasons. Yeah, no, it's more so just because if we can identify some of these naked photos, like I'd rather just we try to go after who's behind the camera, some of who these kids are. You're basically just a witness in this, dude. Like it has nothing to do with it. Like you're not the one, like you're not taking those photos or being the one to hurt those kids. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to pull you out of the situation and then go further away from it. Okay. And I have kids right now, and basically communicate with friends. Sure. Okay. I don't really have any. Well, the only reason why is because we think you wouldn't have had this conversation otherwise because it's like well you're doing a good job right now. Truly, I mean you're this is definitely good for the soul. I think to actually start telling all these real bad guys. That's what we're truly asking for the real bad guys. You think if I thought you were a piece of shit, I'd fucking spend money on a $7 Blizzard for you? I'd be eating that right in front of you, but you're a piece of shit. But I've just been through so much. I'm trying. Like I had a job and I do that Amazon stuff. Okay. How much are they paying? Where's the warehouse here? I don't even know where it is. Out in Montana. Oh, okay. Cool. If I get the job, I'll throw out 18 to 15 hours. Damn, that's fucking awesome, man. It's just warehouse work? Yeah. Awesome, dude. So, yeah, not to make you uncomfortable, man. I know, I think, $100%, man. Well, I'm originally he's from Southern Illinois, so that was his phone number. So. He's not gonna take you to tell you what. He's gonna tell you, hey, where'd you get this? And you tell him, well, I got this guy that's selling pounds. This is kind of right. That's kind of like this. 100%, man. 100%. Like I don't. So the more you can help us out with what you're seeing on here, the more better we can do our job. Right, exactly. It's simply this building's burning down right in front of you, and you were there to see it, and that's what we'd rather find the arsonist. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Here, look. Okay. Like I'm trying to just say to you, security. Yeah. And like I've had help. Right. Ever since my dad died in my life. So, do you think the internet's kind of been like an escape and just kind of led the wrong shit? Like it just seems like trouble finds me. Yeah. Like, yeah. Like no matter what I do, I'm on Facebook just to fuck around. Yeah, it's true. Right. So, so I want to go back because obviously you care about your niece, and God forbid God forbid your niece. I know she's not, but it could be that. You know what I'm saying? Like, how old's your niece? Okay, so it's basically the same age you're talking about, right? So just think of your niece.
That's why I don't understand why.
Exactly. So when you say it's a mixture, are you talking about, like, they said some nudes of kids, some non-nudes? That kind of how it works? What makes you say that? Okay, so the race of these kids, what race are they usually?
Well, I thought they don't really mess with me.
No, I guess the pictures of the kids they sent you. Yeah, what race are they? Right. Right. So when they show because there's different levels of exploitation these people do. So when they show the nudity, like what's showing when they're nude? No, I understand. But when these idiots did send that stuff to you, like when it was nude, like was it like full frontal, back, both? Like, okay, so has it been just like some show their vaginas, some show their tits, all that type of stuff?
I just block it out. I don't see that.
Okay. Well, that's good. It's generally good to know. Okay. No, not at all. So does it look like some of the photos are they poses, or are they just like random, like? Yeah, absolutely. So exactly. So when you say the numbers are from Africa, like what platform is that on where these people can show up like that? Block that there's kid stuff. Yeah. So it's like you think 10 people that you had to block out that have said crap to you that way. Oh, my bad. Yeah, no, we know, and no, we know that you're sincere about it. And that's why we came to talk to you. And we know you're not a bad person, that type of stuff. Oh, right here. I'm just trying to talk to you. So, 100%. So I do. Right. What was he trying to get you to say? Right. When's the last time you think you got on Telegram?
Okay. So I talked to her on there on occasion, but I don't really that's probably the only person I talked to.
Got it. I see it. No, I know, man. You can do whatever you want, but like, you actually have good info on these people, bro. And it seems like you were just been in a bad place, wrong place at the wrong time, and these idiots just took advantage of you.
That's why I just block it all out. Like I don't, I got my it's locked up in a box.
Right.
Never to be open.
So I do want to ask this. What's this whole MegaLink shit? Because I just don't know about that.
I've never heard of it. Like, I've never even clicked on it.
Okay.
Like, I don't click on links.
Okay.
That's one thing I do not do. I refuse to click on any link.
Have they put some of those MegaLinks in the chat with you before?
Yeah, when they do that, I say you're fake.
Okay. Where do they usually put the MegaLinks? Like on where? Facebook or Telegram? Oh.
Like,
you can, but I'm letting you know there's some stuff like saved that we want to just rather talk to you about and get it addressed here. So it's up to you, man. But like you've been doing a tremendous job so far, and I think it can get resolved with just a conversation here. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, no, it truly isn't about you, man. But obviously, we're not exactly tech savvy, but people that know us are people that we know are. And the reason I'm asking about the MegaLinks is because they were clicked on.
Like I have a thing. Like there's even on this one other app that I deleted. I can't remember the name of the app.
What did it begin with?
KIK.
Oh, Kick?
Yeah.
Did they show those MegaLinks on Kick?
They should links, but I've never clicked on it.
Okay. Exit now! Because, so, do they have that pizza stuff on Kick too?
They send links, but I say you're fake and I click get off.
Okay. Because, Steven, I understand, I understand the links are probably not the best stuff, but, obviously you get curious and carried away sometimes. The only reason I'm saying this is because, if you're on, ESPN is like a sports website. Yeah, if you're on ESPN, we can see you're on ESPN. I mean, it's basically a MegaLink is just your search history. So that's what I'm saying. I know MegaLinks were clicked on. So I'm just wondering, did you know what it was when you clicked on it, or did you?
If I accidentally clicked on it, no, I didn't know what it was. If I did, I wouldn't have been on it. I wouldn't have, and the moment I found out, I exited right out.
Okay. So MegaLinks are something that we want to go after, especially people because we don't even create any MegaLinks. I don't even think you have a Mega account.
No. Okay. I don't have no. I'm not tech savvy.
Right. We just knew that some MegaLinks were clicked on, and I assume it was because people just sent some random shit, right? So what's the layout of a MegaLink like?
I don't even think I don't know. That's why I'm confused.
Okay.
Like for real, I don't remember clicking on it.
Fair enough. So these Kick group, did they send these MegaLinks in groups, or was it individuals, or kind of both?
Sometimes they'll be in groups, and sometimes they'll send it to people individually.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Right. What were the themes of the groups?
First they start out liking pizza, and I'm like, what do you mean?
Okay.
Somebody says pizza.
Yeah, you just think Chicago style, St. Louis style, New York style. I get you. So. I should have taken that. On his own.
I don't like that shit.
Right. Yeah. Well, so kind of what we want to talk to you about some more, man, is because I don't know what came over you or what it was, and I want to give you the benefit of the doubt, so I'm asking you about it. I'm not going to make conclusions, but there's definitely some messages You didn't delete your Kick account, right? It's still there. You just deleted the app, right?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Because there's messages, some on Telegram, some on Kick, and some on these other ones. Like Facebook. Excuse me. Where it looks like after they send an image or a link or something, I don't know what's coming over you, but sometimes it seems like you're just kind of saying nice or that's cool or something like that. Like, I don't know why that is.
I didn't know what to say. Like, I really didn't. Like, I honestly didn't know what to say. Like, I was speechless.
So, I guess what are some of the things that you said out of just a reaction?
Like, my memory sucks.
What can you remember about it?
After realizing they were underage, I grew up.
Okay, but like in the chats, does it seem like you?
I might get the wrong impression sometimes, but it's not like I'm a little slow.
What do you see in the chat that can give the wrong impression?
I don't know. It's just the way I talk sometimes.
Okay, so what do you think? What do you think the response has been about some of these underage pictures that might give the wrong idea? Because anything else you might say? Okay, would there be any time? I can show them to you. Okay. Well, anything like complimenting the girls in the photos, and that's cute or anything like that. Would there be any reason that would have been said? Because no, I'm just. It's more so for clarity. Like I don't know if it's you getting carried away, or if it's you just trying to go undercover against some of these assholes. I don't know what it is, but
I try to go to see if I can get sometimes get to the bottom.
Okay, so
it's impossible, so I just stop.
So what are some of the things you said to play cool? Because I mean, dude, I'm not going to show them to you right now. I mean, we'll see if what you see matches with what's here, man.
Like I honestly don't remember. Like my memory sucks.
Okay.
I try to block it out because of it.
What's your best guess of what you might have said about some of these photos?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you think if somebody were to look at the chats between you and some of these people that sent you child porn, do you think some people might get the wrong idea about you and your preferences based on some of the things you said?
Possibly.
Okay. Why do you think they would have that conclusion?
Boy, he breaks them down good.
Okay, so how do you talk that might give people the wrong idea about some of these photos that have been sent to you? Right now, I'm only judging your honesty, so I'm asking. You know? Because you've been accused of this before, so like I just want to clarify that so we don't tie that into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was false accusation. It was unfounded by DCFS, and the cops didn't even find out.
Right. So God forbid that could get reopened because people get the wrong idea about some of the stuff you said about some of these photos. So that's why I'm asking, like, what are some of the things you might have said that might get taken out of context? Because it's good to know now, because God forbid I just take it out of context.
I honestly.
I know you know. It's okay. I'm not.
No, I don't. My son, but I don't remember. It's been so long ago.
Well, okay. What do you think the theme is about what you've said? Like, what general idea did you give some of these photos that have been sent to you, like in the messages?
Maybe gave the wrong impression of me liking stuff like that.
Are you liking it?
Yeah. I'm against it.
So when these people have sent you photos, how many of them have sent you multiple photos of kids?
Usually some groups, like not multiple people, but groups of photos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I like I said, I started deleting everything. Like I don't look at it no more. No, that's just gross.
They send groups of. So how many photos are in one group usually? Okay. Is it like a link to the photos, or just photos in the chat?
On Telegram, it's a link to.
Okay. So they put a link in the Telegram chat, and it goes to the photos.
Well, it has some photos, but then they'll be like, talk to me, click here. And that is ridiculous. It's gross, disgusting, never should have happened, never should have happened to anybody. And I'm probably shaking.
So what's truly the youngest? So all we're judging now is just your honesty, man, because obviously if you got carried away, it's fine. You can fix that. But what's truly the youngest photo or video they've put in one of these chats?
I've never watched it. I maybe seen a couple photos that at the moment I look and I'm like, bro.
Okay, so how old was the youngest?
Imagine that thing white and proud.
Would there be any reason that some got downloaded to your phone at all?
Maybe by accident.
Okay.
That's gross. Like I said, I go online and watch free porn.
Okay.
Like free porn, adult.
Let me ask this: have you had to delete certain stuff out of your phone gallery that might have been child porn?
Did that accidentally got downloaded?
Maybe, yeah. Has that happened before?
I might have had to delete some stuff out of my phone because it shouldn't have been on there, and somehow it got downloaded. It might have been an accident. 99.9% sure it was an accident. But like I said, if I want porn, if I want real shit, I go online.
Right. No, for sure.
X videos, X and X. You know.
Yeah. Is Derek being at Fried Pickles? Yeah.
I'm trying to be straight in there. I'm currently fighting a case that I shouldn't be fighting in the first place.
What's the case you're fighting?
Whenever I wasn't getting that control over what was going on in the house.
Oh my God, fucking bullshit.
I tried to drive in the of my mom.
So,
I was on disability.
So they arrested you for it?
Just got living in the house. Just got living in the house. Like, I'm still fighting this. I've been fighting this since 21.
They charged you in 2021 for it?
Yeah, but they can't release it. You got nothing on it.
Right.
And I'm trying to better myself so I can stop paying on my lawyers.
So, I mean, dude, like, what I want to give you this opportunity. Are there some chats on Telegram right now where people have sent you some pretty bad shit that you got to get rid of?
Right now?
Uh-huh.
Not recently. That I can think of.
When's the most recent time, you think?
On Telegram is really hard, but like I said, I don't go on there no more. The only time I go on there is to talk to my friend Stephanie. She lives in town.
Okay. Well, I mean...
Yeah, not too recent. Last week. Maybe. Like I said, I'm trying to do better. Like I go to work when I have a job. I go to work and I go home.
Right.
That's it. And I don't even I was harassed at that job because of false accusation. No. And after my dad died, she came over and asked me if I had anything. And I said no. Like, alright, I was gonna go get something. The next thing I know, I'm hearing her falsely accuse me of touching her kid.
How old was her kid that they falsely accused you of? How old was the kid they falsely accused you of doing?
Maybe 14, but I don't do that shit. Like, it was unfounded, it was unproven. My mom was babysitter. The day that she falsely accused me, her daughter wasn't ever there. No. She came over and after my dad died, asked me if I had anything. I said no. I wish. She said, alright, I'll be back. I'm gonna go grab something. And the next thing I know, my mom's phone call. But Melissa Schrader's falsely accused 7 or 8 other motherfuckers besides me. Yeah, and There's red flags on her file a mile long.
Well, that's what I don't want to even ask you about. So I'll look into it and see my it was bullshit.
Yeah, it is. It's complete. It's complete. But I'm just like, I admit, you know, I don't lie about that. I keep what I'm accused of. I admit it's false.
Child porn, you calling it nice and everything like that is like that could that could get the wrong idea about that situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, would there be anything on your phone right now you need to get rid of that could be child porn? Because we want to make sure it's a clean slate. Truly.
I honestly don't think so. Like I don't download pictures no more. Like I said, I don't like on occasion I'll get online and watch free porn.
Sure.
Because it's free and it's all adults.
Okay.
It's proven in the videos.
Right.
You know.
Well, have people asked you to trade on Telegram before?
Not that I can remember.
Japanese fried chicken.
Stuff like that.
How many times have people asked you to send them stuff like that?
I wonder if that's any good.
Honestly, after the first couple, after like the first 2 hours, I'm like, block. Yeah, I just don't like. It's wrong to send shit like that.
Right.
Unless you met somebody in person, it's wrong to send shit like that.
Absolutely.
So you never know what's gonna happen.
Right. So I do want to ask again. You were on Telegram today at 9 a.m. Like,
yeah, I messaged Stephanie.
Okay.
Stephanie.
So
that was my friend Stephanie. She's 50.
Yeah. So are there any old chats on there that might have some of that stuff in there, and maybe you forgot to delete? Because
on those chats, no.
Can you verify it for us?
I honestly don't think so.
You can put a phone down on the table here if you want.
Yeah, I locked my phone first. My Amazon job. I don't even get over 50 for that shit. My Katie. Put it down.
You want to explain that? Yeah, I might just go. Might just go to Telegram. Oh, it's that's not filming it.
See, that was about coin, but bullshit about crypto.
Okay.
That's my friend Eva.
You hear your brightness on?
That's my friend Eva. This is a Bitcoin bullshit. See, I asked you a question. I'm wondering about stocks. Stock do you think is better, Microsoft or Tesla?
Yeah.
And you even see, I asked how old. But then I was asking about Microsoft and Tesla. This is my friend Stephanie.
Okay.
This one tried to get me to, just yesterday, tried to get me to admit I like this when I don't.
Let me see.
Like, see, I didn't even find it. I'm like, I don't like this. And then Blake, like nothing there. Like, you like girl married? No, I don't. Like, no, I don't. That's why I said I'm about to delete it.
Well, here, hold on. Scroll down some. Who are these other people?
Well, people I don't talk to no more.
Okay. Did any of them send you like anything inappropriate?
This one tried to give me a $10 link.
Let me see.
A $10 Steam card.
Oh.
And I didn't. They're like, I can send you a link where you can get this Steam card for $10. I'm like, I ignored it.
Who's sexy? Or who's Mummy's girl? Can you go to there?
Oh, yeah. Try to get me. I have up to $1,000 withdrawal limit in my investment, which I have given you, but to withdraw, you have to pay clearance fee of $300.
Okay.
Like, that was a scam.
Can you go to your phone gallery? Should be right there, a red thing.
That she's not underage. Actually, a girl I can talk to her.
Okay.
Mandy. Like,
Yeah, he is. It is. I think it's a chick inside there. So, all right. I'm just my daughter-in-law is asking me about a birthday present for my son, so I'm gonna go ahead and kill it, guys. Here, let me turn the camera on.
Sure.
Peace, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. I will be back probably tonight. We'll probably do some poker or something. Love you guys. Peace.